I apologize in advance for terrible microphone quality. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is, in my opinion, a fantastic film, one of the best Spider-Man films to date, and probably the best film of 2018. Heck, it won an Oscar. I'm not joking. I personally saw the film 3 times, twice in theaters, once on home video release. And normally when, someone rewatches a movie, they kind of start nitpicking it more, and even if they still like it, they might find problems with it. But with Into the Spider-Verse, I kind of just kept enjoying it. Like every time I saw it, I felt more engrossed in it. I just loved this film to bits. But that's besides the point. On my but the point I'm trying to make is something in the film piqued my interest. And it wasn't in the main film itself, it was actually the end credits scene. Because in the end credits scene, you get to see Spider Man 2099 travel back to the 60s Spider Man show, which made me realize wait a minute, so this multiverse doesn't just consist of these made for film versions of these comic characters. This multiverse can also include reboots of Spider Man. And by that logic, does that mean this Spider Man exists in the Spider Verse? This one? That one? Heck, even that one? So, with this logic that any Spider Man reboot can be in the Spider Verse, it made me think of all the crossover potential, which is why today I'm going to tell you guys how Spider Man Into the Spider Verse accidentally created one of the biggest fictional multiverses of all time. To start this off, I want to introduce you guys to a Disney cartoon called Ultimate Spider-Man. And Ultimate Spider-Man was pretty cool and all, but it had a crossover episode with the Disney Channel sitcom Jessie. I'm not joking. Did you guys know that the Disney Channel sitcom Jessie actually had an episode with a cameo from Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Meaning, yes, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is now canon in the Spider-Verse. Not only and we can link this back to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, aka the MCU, and say that if multiverse technology exists in the MCU, Mr. Mosby could defeat Thanos. And no, I'm not joking. Okay, so we haven't even gotten to the crazy part yet. So, where we're going to start the crazy part is by linking Marvel vs. Capcom, because, Spider Man's in it, so we can call that a Spider Verse if we want to, for all I care. And two of the characters featured in Marvel vs. Capcom are Ryu and Mega Man. And what's important about these guys is that they're in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Meaning, yes, I just linked the entire roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to the Spider-Verse and the MCU. So with the step we're currently at, we can now have Joker and Mr. Mosby up against Thanos Final Destination only. And I'm not done yet. You see Joker? Yeah, he's really cool. He's also kind of important because Persona Q2 exists, which means now Persona 3 and Persona 4 can also exist, which is pretty epic. And to make this even crazier, you guys know Fire Emblem, right? Because God knows Fire Emblem's in Smash. Let's pull out that obscure Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover. Boom. SMT is now also canon in this multiverse craziness. Okay, so now we're getting into the Sonic stuff. And this is where it gets crazy. Mainly because I didn't do that much research for this video. A lot of this was just by memory of crossovers. And I have loads of memory of weird Sonic crossovers. So let's start with an obvious one. Everybody knows Sonic appeared in Wreck-It Ralph and Wreck-It Ralph 2, which not only makes a bunch of classic arcade games canon, but it also makes the internet canon, which is whack. And also, making the internet canon makes PewDiePie canon, which is very epic. Now let's do another more mainstream one. Sonic was in LEGO Dimensions, as many of you probably already know, and LEGO Dimensions both included normal DC and the LEGO Batman movie versions of, DC characters, which means not only can we have sort of a more normal DC universe exist, but we can also have the LEGO Batman movie and, in turn, the entire LEGO movie franchise also canon now. Also, do you guys remember how Sonic appeared for a millisecond in Ready Player One? Yeah, that happened. Now, I'm not going to list every crossover with this because um, there's too many. Just know that there were a lot of stuff like Voltron, and it was crazy. Like, just watch Ready Player One and you'll get what I'm saying. But also, Ready Player One does have more DC characters, so if you need more solidity that DC exists, boom, there you go. There's even more proof that DC exists. Now here's the really crazy, juicy, epic stuff. So there's this line of figures called Totaku figures, and they have loads of video game icons, but they have Sonic. And not only is this just a really cool figure, but also they made a figure of Blue Eyes White Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh, which means that now Yu-Gi-Oh is canon. And hold on, Yu-Gi-Oh is Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump recently had a crossover game, right? Yes, they did. It's called Jump Force, and Yu-Gi-Oh had a big part in it. I mean, not a huge part, but Yu-Gi-Oh was in it. So now, yeah, Jump Force exists. And there's loads of things that are canon now, but I'm not going to list all of them. I'm just going to list the only one that matters to me. That's My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is canon now, and I'm just so happy with life. This is so okay, epic. Let's get back to the weird stuff. Um, Danica Patrick was in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, meaning that NASCAR is now canon, and NASCAR is in real life, meaning the real world is now canon. So yeah, take that how you will. Have you guys ever seen that Sonic Progressive commercial? Yeah, that thing exists. So, Flo from Progressive is now canon and can now fight Thanos. So this is pretty epic. I almost forgot. Back on the topic of Jump Force, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is now canon. With how many connections I've made, it'd be impossible for me to list all the potential crossovers. However, there is one more I want to name. The Thanos Fortnite crossover. Fortnite is now canon.
I can bend reality to my will with a snap of my fingers.